What inspires me as a coach, really, to be blunt, my failures as a player, I could never live with. I wanted to be a great player, man, and I wasn't. And I never got over that. And I take that same energy into coaching. Seriously. I think that's why we all coach, man. We don't want to admit it. But we coach because we cannot play. We could never play, or we could no longer play, or we couldn't play to our vision.
You are clucking with Goofy Chicken Fantasy.
What is a goofy chicken, Daddy?
Cash, cash, cash. What the cluck is up, Goofy Chickens? Every year, there are running backs on the waiver wire that are league winners.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Last year, guys like Chase Brown and Bucky Irvin were going undrafted in fantasy football leagues around the country.
Yeah, to the no.
In week 5, October, Goofy Chickens, Chase Brown was only on half the rosters in fantasy football land. Bucky Irvin was only on 28% of all fantasy football rosters going into week 5. These guys tore it up and won people all over the country a whole lot of money. Bucky Irvin and Chase Brown bought so many Christmas presents last year with your league mates' money.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Jingle Bell.
They were on their Amazon app screaming, "Must be the money." How could we have known to draft, stash, and be patient with Chase Brown and Bucky Irvin and not have to battle it out on the waiver wire? Not have to spend any fab and sit there patiently waiting for them to explode on the NFL scene. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for clucking with me. And if you ain't clucking with me, cluck you. I got 4 backs for you Goofy Chickens that you are going to draft, stash, and be patient with, and they are going to help you get to the cash. What did Bucky Irvin do before he came to the league? Back-to-back seasons with over 1,000 yards. His last year there was over 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns. To go along with a whopping 56 receptions out the backfield and over 400 receiving yards, and add another 2 touchdowns onto that. Chase Brown, a 5th-round draft pick joining the Cincinnati Bengals. Before he got there, he rushed for a monster 1,600 yards at Illinois. 10 touchdowns on the ground. We already knew who Chase Brown was. We already knew who Bucky Irvin was. They had some things in common. They were from Power 5 programs. They ran for a whole heck of a lot of yards. And they were absolute studs coming out of college. They were workhorse backs in college, and eventually they became workhorse backs in the NFL. I got 4 guys for you who meet this same criteria, who you're going to draft in your fantasy leagues and not have to fight on the waiver wire for them, not have to spend any fab for them. You're going to draft, you're going to stash, and we are going to be patient and wait for these guys to explode on the NFL fantasy football scene. Trey Benson, I'm telling you, Goofy Chickens, he's going to be there in the 9th, 10th, 11th round or later. He played sparingly last year. James Conner, he stayed healthy all year, had a great season. If you drafted James Conner last year, congratulations to you. Trey Benson is coming for some of that work. I don't expect James Conner to have a 75% snap share. I do expect Trey Benson to have a 40 to 45% snap share this year with the Arizona Cardinals. Coach Gannon said at OTAs he expects an increase in production with Trey Benson. He said he sees his two backs as 1A and 1B. They just started training camp. He highlighted Trey Benson again. He's expecting a major second-year jump. Trey Benson, coming out of college, had 900-yard rushing seasons in his last 2 years at Florida State. His last year at Florida State, he had 14 rushing touchdowns. This guy is big. This guy is strong. This guy is fast. He breaks tackles, and he has a good feel of how to set up his blocking. Draft Trey Benson. Be patient. Don't fight over him on the waiver wire. Don't blow all your fab for him. Draft him. Stash him. Be patient. Woody Marks from the A. Forever I love Atlanta. Put on a superstar performance this year in Hollywood for the USC Trojans, rushing for over 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns to go along with 47 receptions and 320 yards in the air. At Mississippi State, his freshman year, he caught 60 balls out the backfield. This guy is a 3-down running back. Joe Mixon is hurt. Nick Chubb is old. Draft Woody Marks. Do not fight for him on the waiver wire. Do not blow all your fab. Draft him. Stash him. Be patient. Dylan Sampson, University of Tennessee, 4th round draft pick with the Cleveland Browns. Got everything going for him right now. Quinshon Judkins, he's unsigned. He's going through legal troubles. We don't know where he's going to be in October. We do know he's going to get suspended. We could pretty much guarantee that. Jerome Ford is at camp, hasn't took a rep yet. He's hurt. Dylan Sampson is getting all the first team reps. If we look at what Dylan Sampson did at the University of Tennessee, rushing for almost 1,500 yards, 22 touchdowns. His stock is higher than a Georgia pine tree right now. From all the major fantasy football apps, is getting drafted in the 8th or 9th round right now. I can guarantee you, if things keep trending the way that they are trending, Dylan Sampson will be going in the 5th, maybe the 6th round in your fantasy football drafts. If Quinshon Judkins doesn't show up soon, if Jerome Ford stays on the training table for very much longer, it will be Dylan Sampson's show. And he will be coming off a 1,500-yard, 22 touchdown performance in the SEC, running for over 100 yards against guys like Georgia, Alabama, Florida. Have you ever heard of them? He did that last year, 2024. You better draft him. You better stash him. And you might not even have to be patient. It's possible that he could be a week 1 RB2. What are you waiting on? Go get him, draft him now. If you're drafting today in best balls, you need to start drafting him right now. Kyle Monangai, Rutgers, 7th round pick, went to the Chicago Bears. Over 1,200 yards in both of his last 2 seasons at Rutgers, rushing for 13 touchdowns his senior year. I am telling you, Roschon Johnson is not going to hold this guy off. Ben Johnson likes to have 2 backs. We saw it with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Kyle Monangai will be the David Montgomery in the Ben Johnson offense. Roschon Johnson has never been a featured back. Roschon Johnson hasn't had a 1,000-yard season since high school. Kyle Monangai is going to prove at Bears training camp that he is the guy, and he will be, you can book it, he will be the RB2, getting a significant amount of snaps his rookie year in the Bears offense. With Kyle Monangai, I'm not saying go out there and draft him. I'm not saying go out there and stash him, but you're going to have to be prepared to either use your waiver wire priority or blow your fab on this guy at some point during the 2025 football season. I gave you 4 today, Goofy Chickens. That's going to help you get to the cash. Trey Benson, Woody Marks, Dylan Sampson, and Kyle Monangai. You got the Goofy Chicken cluck of approval for all 4 of them. So what the cluck you waiting on? Beat all your league mates and draft these guys so you don't have to fight for them on the waiver wire.
I'm leaving.